Finally, it's here. Dune Part 2. I couldn't wait for the release of this one. So let's quickly see how it turned out. But before we start, we have to say a few words about the first movie, because let's be honest, this is the Part 2 and it can't function without Part 1. I really enjoyed the first movie. The cinematography was amazing, the casting and acting were on point, and even if I had few problems with the pacing of the story, I really enjoyed it. I also think the cutoff point and the end of Part 1 were a bit rushed and should have been placed a little bit differently in the story. But let's not delay further and start with the real reason why you are watching this video. How good is the second part of Dune? Well, the story practically starts immediately after the first movie, when Paul is traveling with the Fremen to Siege Tabor. Then, much of the movie focuses on Paul learning the ways of the Fremen and slowly becoming a leader with significant inner conflicts. We also get to spend a bit more time with the Harkonnens in this part, finally. But still, there is where one of my criticism is. I believe we could have done a lot more with them. I understand we can't include everything from the book, and the movie has to make some changes, but still I felt the Harkonnens were a bit underused in this movie. And the same criticism could be said about the Imperial side of things as well. After training and some small skirmishes, we arrive at the final confrontation of the movie, which I really enjoyed. It was very good. Let's hope we will get a third movie, and that it will have the same amazing cinematography as the part 1 and 2. Because there is not much more to say, just that this movie looks beautiful. Like really, really beautiful. The acting and casting are nearly perfect. There was no one I would change. From Timothy's Paul to Austin Butler's Fate Rauta, everyone did a great job. Even though I really enjoy this movie, I have to say there is a problem that carries over from part 1, and that's the pacing. Sometimes it feels a bit off. As I said before, it seems like the Harkonnens and Imperial plots were sometimes forgotten while writing this movie, and then they remembered and said, oh yeah, the Harkonnens are doing stuff, and Imperials are doing stuff. Bene Gesserit, oh, we forgot to tell what are they doing. Quickly, add it to the script, because audience need to know. But let's now do what we actually wanted to do and focus on the Arrakis plot, because that's what we want to do the most. That's really how it felt. So in the end, I highly recommend this movie, because even if it has some flaws, it's still fun and amazing to watch. And let's hope the third one will be just as amazing. SpacMonkish, signing off.